Hey folks, welcome to another lecture, and in this video we are going to implement the drawer, okay, to open the boards menu for the mobile view. To implement this, we'll be using a component library, okay, and what you are seeing right now is implemented using ShadCN, okay, but I'll tell you why we should not use ShadCN over here and what are the pros and what are the cons. So to start forward with this, you might be thinking, why all of a sudden, why ShadCN, why not this Redux UI? So we have this component library Redux UI already, but this doesn't has a drawer component in it. Okay, so that is one limitation, that this drawer component is missing in the Redux UI. Maybe in future they might introduce it, but right now this is not present. So if you Google ShadCN, okay, this is ShadCN is not a component library, but it is only a collection of components. And over here you can see that these guys have a drawer component. It can open a drawer and it works pretty well, but there is a setback on using this library, using this component collection in our application. I'll tell you why. So if I grab this, okay, if I grab installation of the ShadCN UI in our application, you'll notice something strange. And I have created a component Sidenav mobile to address our new changes, but this is just a dummy component right now. We'll be adding more logic to it. What I want to address right now is the moment I install ShadCN, notice all what files are changed. So right now only Sidenav mobile is our new component which I have created, and the moment I perform npx ShadCN in it, you can see a bunch of files would be added in it. So it is asking that which style. Let's go with default. Color, let's go with slate. CSS variables, yes. And after this is finished, notice a lot of changes has been made inside our code base. So let's check what is there. So this guy has made changes in our globals.css. He removed our theme import. He removed all of our colors and added its own, okay, and again bunch of changes were made and things got overridden. It also created its own tailwind config.ts file, and you can see that we already have a config.js file and a config.ts file just got created. From it, what else is happening? It added a utils, added a component JSON, and it looks a total mess right now. Okay, this is not what I wanted. So I'll only stage my Sidenav mobile changes and I'll revert everything card all, because ShadCN is good when you are at the stage where you have just set up your application and you want components in your app. For that use case it is fine, but in our case we have traveled a very long journey, and we are not in a stage where we can introduce ShadCN like this, okay, because it is going to mess up with the configurations and it is not really very good to use right now. So what is the alternative? So the alternative would be, let's get rid of this. I think this is a really good alternative which we have the tailwind css component library for coding 10x faster and blah blah blah. So let us see if we can leverage using material tailwind as a framework, as a component library, and maybe we can ditch Redux UI as well. Okay, Redux UI we are only using, I think, icons. Redux, so what are we using? So we are only using separator and the icons, and it is not like we have imported all Redux UI component. This Redux UI, if you remember, if you go to introduction, it is a need to basis library, okay. each primitive can be installed individually and you can adopt them incrementally. So installing Redux UI doesn't installs all the components. We install the components on the need basis. Okay, so it is not taking much space, so we are fine. On the other hand, we have this material tailwind config, which is a tailwind framework, and we can use this really very easy. Okay, so first of all, it is creating next app. So using npm, using yarn, so we have to install material tailwind using yarn. So I'll do something like yarn add material tailwind react. Then we have to add this configuration inside our app. So with empty. Okay, let's copy this. This with empty looks like a higher order component. Okay, anyways, so we have installed it. We are going to come back to tailwind config. We have this with empty, and we are going to wrap our exports like this. So we have done this. Now what it is saying that if you want to use any of the components, you need to have a use client on top of it. That is it. Okay, we understood the assignment. And configuration in monorepo, this is not needed. Now let's come back to the components, and over here you can see this drawer component. So if you click this, you can see a nice drawer was opened from the left. Okay, this is what it is. So let's start working on this Sidenav mobile. This is going to be a client component. Use client. Okay, Sidenav mobile, we are going to export it as well. So Sidenav mobile, so / Sidenav mobile. Okay, and Sidenav mobile, what we have state, open drawer, close drawer. Okay, so I'll add these things over here and import use state from React. So open drawer, close drawer. Then these guys have a fragment. Okay, I'll return a fragment, no worries. Inside a fragment, they have a button to open the drawer. Okay, I will open the drawer. Button is not defined, so they have imported. Let me import these things. Okay, these are the components from tailwind material. So they have imported the button. What it is missing? Add missing attributes, children, placeholder. Okay, not needed. Then we have this drawer. Okay, this is the drawer component. Open, on, close drawer, and they have some class name. Inside this, I can pass I can pass something like Sidenav, but this is a server component. So inside client components, we can't direct, since we have already talked about it, that in client components we can't render server components like this. We have to use a workaround. So we have to do something like okay, so how shall we use this? Or let us first of all try to use something. So let me add a div. Let's just test it for now. Hey there, something like this. Okay, this looks okay. Let's run the application, yarn dev, and we have to also import Sidenav mobile over here like this. Let's come back, open the app. All right, so let's open mobile version. Let's refresh, and you can see the drawer is still coming over here. this is not what we wanted. So we can come back to Sidenav and called hidden, and when it is desktop it becomes block. Okay, so that should fade away now. Yep, that is gone. And there is the open drawer button is hidden. It is hidden somewhere. Open drawer, you can see that this is hidden. So we have to adjust the z index. So I can do something like class name relative z index of 2 maybe. Let's save this, and it should come back on the top. It is, yes, it was there for a moment, but now it is not. Wow, this is very strange. Is z index applied? But z index is not applied, because the spelling is wrong. relative relative. Yes, now I can see. Now if I click this, you can see a nice drawer is coming. This looks awesome. Now the real challenge is we have to render the Sidenav like this. Okay, so how shall we render it? So let's see if we can do something like, so firstly we'll have to use props. Okay, from props I have to extract children, and I can get rid of this. Here I am going to render children. Save this, and over here what we have to do in the layout, Sidenav mobile, we will pass the Sidenav. Okay, save this, but it will still not work because it is hidden for mobile devices. So we will pass one prop. Okay, we will pass one props. I will extract something like is mobile view. Okay, from the props, and I will also import cx from class names, and let's wrap this over here like this. Let's write cx. Now we are going to use conditional classes. Okay, so if it is mobile view, if it is not mobile view. Okay, now we have to check the things. So if it is not mobile view, add these classes. Okay, these are strings, so we will add it like this. So if it is not mobile view means that we are opening in desktop. By default the value would be false. Okay, let's give it as false. If it is not mobile view, then please hide it and mark it. Yeah, if it is not mobile view, then it has to be hidden, and when it becomes like in the desktop, it becomes sm block. Otherwise this class won't be applied at all. This looks fine, promising. And over here this is a mobile, so I will say is mobile view as true, or we can just make it like this. Okay, now let's refresh. Let us see if something is happening. You can see this UI is shown over here. Now if I open the browser, is we can see the stuffs over here. This looks good, and we have some paddings and all. Why this padding is coming? Okay, because of the class names. Let us fix this. Yes, it is working nice. And W full is with 100%. Okay, so now what we have to do is, this is position absolute, this is our stuff, then this is our items. So what is the width? 300 pixels. This much is the width. Why it is extending? Maxed with 100%. Okay, let's check if there is some problem with the widths. If I remove W full from over here, then it is taking this much width. Okay, position relative. Anyways, we can remove that because it is position fixed. So there is some problem with, okay, because it is position fixed, that is why it is causing problem. So I can remove position fixed also, add it over here. Now let us see. Yep, this looks good. Okay, then we have to deal with background. So what is the thing over here? So BG sidebar BG. I can add a sidebar BG as well. Let us see. So we come to Sidenav mobile, class name, sidebar BG. Yes, this looks cool. Why is there this padding? Why it is coming? Let us try to find out who has given this padding. Okay, so it is from Sidenav only. We can remove this padding also. Margin top, actually, remove this. We can remove height also. We don't need height. Okay. Yes, this looks okay. Okay, alright. Now we are talking. Awesome. This is really good. Now if I open it like this, the side nav didn't appear. Okay, that is tragic. Yeah, so we have, all of a sudden we have removed, I don't know why did I remove this. So it should be side nav. So we have removed side nav all of a sudden. That should not be the case. Yes, I can see it, and I can see something else around it as well. And what it is, maybe it is the button that is causing the issue. Let us try to investigate. Yeah, this is open drawer. Something is present. I don't know what it is. Opacity 0. One second. Okay, this particular text is coming over here. Board page. This guy is not expected. Where it is coming from? Okay, I understood what is causing the problem. it is missing this particular class, so I'll go ahead and add it. Okay, this should be fixed. This looks better. Now if I go to mobile, I can open the drawer. If I move to desktop, I can still open the drawer. That should not be the case. The drawer should not be visible. There is a way we can get rid of this. We have this Sidenav mobile. Okay, and we have a really, since this is a client component, I can use const is desktop equals to use window dimensions, and we can do is desktop, and if not desktop, I can return JSX like this. Okay, and if I see now, this should work. Let's refresh. This is still coming. Yeah, it has to be, if it is desktop, then return. Yeah, sorry about that confusion. Now this looks fixed. Okay, and instead of open drawer like this, we need to introduce a icon. We are really good with icons with Redux UI, so we can continue using it. So maybe, yeah, this was the icon which I used. You feel free to use any icon you want. So I'm just going to import icon like this. For me it was component 1, so we can do component 1 icon. We are rendering the icon. Height should be 30, width should be 30, and class name text white, and on click of it, it should open drawer, and let's add a relative class, and we can remove this button. Let us open. Okay, we are seeing this is really nice, and let's add some stuff. So it should be something like ML3 MT3 MT5. Okay, it is, yeah, now it is taking. Yes, but there is some disbalance. So this guy is shifting the Sidenav BG. That is not I wanted. Okay, so how shall we fix this? We can make this absolute. Okay, and we can do something like left 3, top 3, top 3. Yes, this looks good. Yep, we can let's check if we can move the drawer from the bottom. Is bottom, this is what I wanted. So open bottom. Okay, top right bottom. So where exactly? This is a lot of JSX. placement bottom. That is all I have to place. So it is having a placement of bottom. Why is it complaining? Anyways, yeah, this looks nice. Okay, this gives you feel like an app, right? It looks good. Now if I can also click and change, and it will work awesome. Yep. So we are, I think, good. Yeah, this is awesome. And why is this guy complaining? Add missing attributes, children undefined. Okay, it needs a placeholder. What is a placeholder, dude? Placeholder is not here. Let's keep it undefined to avoid any issues. And I can remove this. And we have to give some interface. So let's give interface Sidenav mobile props. Okay, it is only having children. React node, and it is a type import type React node from React. We give this a prop. No errors over here, everything is good. And this, yeah, we have to give one prop over here. So interface side nav props is mobile. Let's quickly grab this. Is mobile view optional props boolean, and I'm going to give this a boolean type. Okay, everything is sorted. We have created the drawer for us. We have changed Sidenav mobile. We have done changes to board page, Sidenav mobile, Sidenav mobile, and let's stage our changes. Alrighty, so let's head over to terminal. I create a branch, get checkout -b feature / drawer. Okay, get commit -m, add Sidenav drawer, get commit -m, and we push. We come back to GitHub. We open Next.js Yatra clone, compare pull request, create pull request, and let's just quickly fast forward and see if anything is breaking. And yeah, I forgot, we also forgot to check if we are able to create the builds. So let us hit yarn build. Yeah, everything is green, no issues. And please make sure that this is not the end of the side navigation. There are two things which we have skipped. One is adding a storybook component, another is writing test cases. Please take this as a homework. Okay, please do not ignore this. It is really very important. The reason I am not picking up is due to lack of time, and the course will get stretched exponentially. That's the reason we are not covering storybook and test cases over here, but it doesn't mean that you will not do. Okay, please take this as a homework reference to the previous videos where I have set up the storybook and the test cases for the navigation bar. Okay, use it as a reference and write test cases. Try to achieve a coverage of around 60-70%. That should be enough. And yeah, we are all set. So let's quickly squash and merge, and it's done. So this was all in this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.